'82 was also when America, by now pros are allowed to play, and that's when America sent the Dream Team over to win the gold medal back in basketball. Well, they won it pretty soundly. I was critical of the decision they made. Theoretically, we're putting together the very best team we could do. And the one notable exception was the point guard, Isaiah Thomas, that they left off because there were conflicts between Jordan and Isaiah, and Bird and Isaiah, and rather than risk Jordan particularly not playing, they left Isaiah at home. Well, that's not a dream team to me. If you're going to call it the dream team, put your best out there. Isaiah was robbed. He was, to me, there's never been a better player at his size than Isaiah Thomas was, and he'd actually been on the '80 Olympic team and gone there, participated in their exhibitions. He participated in the exhibitions against the '84 team to help raise funds for them. He'd done his homework for the Olympics, and I thought he was treated very shabbily in not being allowed to be part of that game. But it was quite a show for the team that they did get together with Magic and Bird and Michael and Patrick Ewing, Chris Mullin, just a great collection of players that obviously wasn't challenged in the games. One of the great experiences for me there was covering Dave Voles, who was in '82. David was just 20 years old, and he was the best bowler in the world. He set an American record at 18.9 3/4, broke it at 18.10 and a half, and on a European trip, and a day or two after he broke that record at another, while the tour continued, he on a day off, he had a practice day, he came down in the pit on a pole that was left in there and shattered his leg, and really never got the terrific speed that he had up to that point. So he basically was out of competition for about 5 years, and came back 10 years later, at 30, to make that 80 or 92 team, and came in fifth, and really he had a chance to win it. He was and he had a chance because he was so smart. He knew the intricacies of he got there with guile. It was a very difficult vaulting day with a lot of swirling winds, and by then the best vaulter in the world, Bubka, Soviet Union, no height. He was out of the competition early, and so it was wide open then, and David competed and gave it everything he had, and he wound up fifth, and went away very. There was no more competitive guy than Dave Voles, but he knew that he gave it everything he had that day, and he was satisfied. I think that he made a shot at it. But at Barcelona was also where Mark Lindsay won the diving, and that was quite a show to see. Mark had been a high school wrestler, and in '84 he was so enchanted watching Greg Louganis win the diving at Los Angeles that he went out that day and started trying some things on the board, and his father thought he was headed for college on wrestling. So when he let his dad know that he was dropping wrestling to go to diving, there was a family incident. That wasn't a popular thing at all, but wrestling wound up helping Mark enormously because he was so compact and so strong that they could do dives that nobody else could, and he wound up succeeding Leganis. Leganis won again in '88, and by '92, Mark was the gold medalist and beat a couple of great Chinese divers to win that competition at Barcelona. In '96, Atlanta was my very last event. That's where I retired after that competition, and for me, the most fun at Montreal, or at Atlanta, was a sport I'd never covered, rowing. Missy Schwinn from here had just started rowing about 2 years earlier, and she and her partner Karen Kraft became the best in America, and then just missed by inches of winning the gold medal. They were the sensations of that phase of the games, because Missy in particular was so new at it. To go from virtually being introduced to the sport to a world to that competition, and then be coming that close to a gold medal was just unheard of. And she was a delight to be around. She was just a wonderful girl, and I ached for her that she didn't get her gold, but it was such an amazing performance to do that and to see that happen. In fact, it's coming up this week. Thursday will be the 20th anniversary of my last sports story, and it was the women's basketball gold medal game at Atlanta. I did a thing on the closing ceremonies, but also on that. And the coach was Tara Vanderveer, who was an IU athlete, and so we had a nice relationship over there. On one game, Tara had been named the coach a year ahead, and coached her. This team of select players for a whole year. And they went something like 92-0. I mean, they played everywhere and played all the. But they got all that competition together, and one of their games at Atlanta, they hadn't played particularly well the first half, and they came back out the second half and just ran away with it. And she was asked what the difference was between the two halves, and she says, the second half we played really good defense. And she looked at me and she kind of grinned. She said, we played Indiana defense, meaning Bob Knight defense. And it was that was a nice personal thing too, that Tara won a gold, because she's quite a woman and a terrific basketball coach.